सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Naishkarmya Siddhi, second chapter, page 55, verse 24. Yat karma ko hi yo bhavaha nasau tat kartruko yataha ghata pratyayavat tasmat नाहं स्याद्रष्टृकर्मकः. Sureshwaracharya, analyzing the anatma to understand that one has to disidentify with anatma, the body, anatma, the subtle body, mind also. We cannot that much easily disidentify with gross body and subtle body. Just like our pen and book, we can leave them whenever we want. But unfortunately, this body-mind complex has got lot of closeness, proximity with me, the Atma. Because of this proximity, there is a lot of difficulty for a seeker to objectify them or to disidentify with them. What is easy for normal human being is claiming the individuality, ahankara, mamakara, raga, dvesha. These are all very easily can apply to oneself, but not disidentification. Therefore, Sureshwaracharya helping us how to drop this abhimana, deha abhimana, mana abhimana, anatma abhimana, overall anatma abhimana. Anatma abhimana alone is samsara. Samsara means dukkham. Sorrow is nothing but abhimana. Abhimana towards what? Abhimana towards one's own body, one's own mind, one's own possessions. This aham mama leads to rest of other identities. So our dukkham, our sorrow in our life is because of our own misconception. This has to be drilled in our mind, first of all. No other person in the family is the cause for our sorrow or any pain in our life. The fact is, the universal fact is that, as Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, problem is you, solution is you. Your ignorant mind alone is problem. Ignorant mind means ignorance of self. Atma Ajnanam, as long as it is there, that is a problematic mind. Then you are the problem to yourself. Problem is you. Suppose you enlighten the mind through Shastra with the help of Guru. After a long study, the same mind becomes your solution also. You are the solution to you. What it means? You are free from all sorts of limitations, insecurities, unhappiness. All of them will disappear as you understand the truth about yourself. Therefore, Sureshwaracharya says, one has to disidentify with the anatma shariram because it is made out of annam, annakaryam. Then even subtle body, mind also is subtle annakaryam only. How to disidentify? He says here, one Purva Mimamsaka comes, Bhatta Mimamsaka. He says self-cognition is pratyaksham. Subject-object division, Sureshwaracharya is telling us how to do subject-object division. Whatever, this whole Naishkarmya Siddhi is based on Upadesha Sahasri teaching of Shankaracharya, which I took 14 chapters here in Chennai. Later 15-16 I took in Anekati Sadhana camp. Now we are going to see the 17th chapter. Again the same Naishkarmya Siddhi subject comes. Sureshwaracharya just follow the same Upadesha Sahasri teaching here. Those who have attended my Upadesha Sahasri classes or listen to those lectures, they can easily follow this subject. Very easy for them because almost very close to that subject. So mind is substance and its attribute sorrow, etc., yatna or dhritihi, willpower, aham, mama, abhimana, all these are all emotions which are nothing but attributes of the mind substance. The attributes can never exist separate from the substance. You can never experience the attribute alone without substance. As you are experiencing the attribute emotion, either sorrow or misery, any type of insecurity, feelings, all feelings, emotions are attributes. As you are experiencing the mind. Mind, as you are experiencing your mental status, you are experiencing the attributes. So this is the corollary. So experience is always a mixture. Its locus, substance, and its attributes called emotions. So we are doing that attributes of the substance, which is anatma, the matter made out of panchabhutas, that we are superimposing upon ourselves the consciousness, the atma. We do not know that mistake we are doing until we come to Shastra and study Shastra thoroughly. We cannot recognize this. We cannot discover this. You require a long study for that. So, mind is objectified by me as a substance. It is the locus, and its attributes are also I am experiencing. What Shastra says, you are free from sorrow. You have no sorrow. But what ignorant person says, I have sorrow, I have pain of physical body, I have pain of mental, lot of emotions, emotional upheavals, lot of problems are there. You are telling, I am experiencing. If you say, Shastra says, since you are experiencing, you don't have all of them. Since you are experiencing, you don't have all of them. Because the experiencer is different. The experiencer or subject is different from the object, substance, mind and its attributes. That is the same statement Shastra use. Since I am experiencing, they are real, you say. Sorrow, misery, guilt, hurt, so many internal problems. You are saying, I am experiencing, they are real. Shastra says, since you are experiencing, they are not real. Therefore, you are free from sorrow. You are free from insecurity. You are free from unhappiness. Then what? all these Bhattamatam, Mimamsakas are all, they say samsara is real. Your samsara, your problems, sorrows all are real. But what Advaitin says, they are not real. They appear as though real. They are not real. That is why you need not struggle to attain moksha. You need not struggle to attain liberation, because you are ever free Atma. You have to recognize. This is what Advaitin promise. Advaita Acharyas promise that. Shastra promising that. But unfortunately, this Bhatta says, I am samsari, ragitvam, dveshitvam, jivatvam, so many are there, feelings are there in me. I am experiencing, I, the Atma, has got self-knowledge. Self-knowledge means not Atma Jnanam. Self-knowledge here is, I am experiencing my emotions. That's in self-cognition, I am experiencing my feelings, mental feelings, all these things. What is the mistake here he is doing? Purvamimamsaka Bhattamatam also, what they say, physical body is different from Atma. Atma is different from physical body. They accept that. But after accepting also, where they commit mistake, when I say I am fat, fat in the sense which belongs to the body, that fatness I include with I. I am fat, I say. Instead of saying body is fat, body is object. How can you say you are fat? My body is fat. I am old. The old age of the body we superimpose on ourselves and we say what? I am old. You are not old. Since you are not a body, you can never be old. The old age belongs to that body, physical body. Even though they accept body is different from Atma, but they commit the mistake here. When I say I am fat, I am old, they take themselves as old, body old age and body fatness, they superimpose upon themselves and it appears real. Similarly, in the mind also he is doing the same mistake. Where is Bhattamata means all around our people are all only Mimamsakas. Bhattamata Mimamsakas only. Everybody is taking like that only. So, I, the Atma, am in every self-cognition, in every idea, I am the subject and I alone am the object. I am experiencing. Anubhava Siddham, he says. In this verse, he says, Sureshwaracharya is giving answer to that. It is not possible. Kartru karma virodha. Kartra, the subject and object can never be the same simultaneously. Karta alone can be the object. Object alone is the karta. Subject, it is not possible. Look into the sloka. I introduced the sloka in the last class. I have to give the word meaning. First line. Yaha yat karmakaha hi yo bhavaha. Yaha bhavaha. Yo bhavaha means yaha bhavaha. Yaha bhavaha means, here bhavaha means pratyayaha, cognition. Whatever cognition, aham pratyaya, mama pratyaya, yatna pratyaya, vidhi, dhriti pratyaya, all emotions, pratyayas, bhavaha, yat karmakaha, particularly belongs to that object. Yaha bhavaha, whatever, aham pratyaya, and requires subject and object distinction. Yat karmakaha hi asau na tat kartrikaha bhavati. Bhavati you can supply. Asau means that object. cannot become the kartrikaha, subject. That object cannot become the subject. Why? What is the reason? Yat karmakaha means which has got a particular object. Which has got a particular object. Asau tat kartrikaha na bhavati means cannot have the same object as the subject. Cannot have this object as the same as the subject. Tat karta yasya saha tat kartrikaha, adjective to bhavaha. Then subject, object must be different. He says, I am only the subject. Since I am experiencing my mind, samsaritvam, jivatvam, ragitvam, dveshitvam, I am only the object. Also autobiography, he says. So suppose I will try to tell in Tamil what Swamiji said in the whole first sentence. Sureshwaracharya want to say, Yanda ஞானமானது எந்த ஞானமானது எதை கர்மமாக கொண்டதோ, கர்மா மீன்ஸ் ஹியர் ஆப்ஜெக்ட், எதை கர்மமாக கொண்டதோ அந்த ஞானமானது அதே வஸ்துவை சப்ஜெக்ட் ஆகவும் கொண்டு இருக்காது. தமிழில் சொல்லணும். இது எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுறது இங்கிலீஷில்? which object, which any knowledge about any object, that which some knowledge which has got an object of knowledge, the same object can never become the subject for that knowledge. Same object can never become the subject of that knowledge. Sureshwaracharya knows that it is difficult for us to understand. He gives an example. Ghata pratyayavat. In the second line, first word, it is just like a pot thought. It is just like a pot thought. Ghata means a pot. Pratyaya means thought. Knowledge. Pot knowledge. Now, I the subject, looking at the pot, you are also subject looking at the pot. Pot becomes what? Object. Object of your knowledge. Clear? Object of your knowledge is pot. You are the subject. Pot is the object. Can pot become the subject? Can pot become the subject? Pot alone is object of knowledge. Pot alone is the subject also, who is knowing that, who is having that knowledge. Funny, it can never be the subject. It is ever the object, never the subject. It is never the subject, ever the object. So there is a distinction between you, the subject, and the object. Always. This is universal law. So ghata pratyayavat. I hope you are following. Simple. Tasmat pratyayavat. There you can put a full stop. Yaha bhavaha yat karmakaha asau tat na tat kartrikaha bhavati. Ghata pratyayavat. Therefore, tasmat. Therefore, aham na drashtrakarmakaha syat. Aham, I am, I the self, Atma, aham drashtrakarmakaha na syat. Self-cognition, self-knowledge. Self-knowledge means I know my pain, I know my hand, I know my eyes, I know my hunger, I know my thirst. These are all called self-cognition. Okay? This is called self-cognition. Aham pratyaha, self-cognition, can never nasyat, can never be the self, can never be the self. Self as object, it can never be the self as the subject also. So self as the object and the self happens to be the subject of the self is not possible. Self as the subject of knowing the object and self alone is that object also, it is not possible. Nasyad. Drashtra karmakaha nasya. Drashtra means subject. Drashtra karma yasya saha pratyayaha. Yasya aham pratyayaha. Drashta means subject. Sakshi chaitanyam, self. Karma yasya aham pratyayaha. Aham pratyayasya karma. Becoming I the Atma, the self becoming I the Atma, the self-subject becoming the object, nasyat, can never happen. Aham means here self-cognition. Drashta karmakaha nasyat, can never be the self as the object, can never have the self as the object. So I am ever the subject, never the object. That is the essence of this verse. Next verse we will see. Introduction to verse number 25. Atraha pratyakshēnātmanah karma kartrutva-bhyupagame tat padopajīvinā anumanena pratyakshotsarinam ayuktamiti chodyam tannirakaranaaya pratyakshopanyasah. Atra aha. Now Purvapakshi is coming and objecting this Sureshwaracharya. Purvapakshi is Purvamimamsaka. What is his objection? I'll give you the gist of this introduction. Ours is the Anumanam, since whatever I experience is different from me, it is an object. And object, whatever I experience, object, its attributes I experience. Its attributes I experience. Now I experience the clip means I experience the color of the clip, shape of the clip, akara of the clip, form of the clip, function of the clip I experience. So the experience of that object, it is different from us. Therefore, I the subject can never be the object because it is different from me. This is Anumana Vakyam. Every one of us experience this. But Purvapakshi says, my Ragitvam, Jivatvam, Dveshitvam, I am a samsari, I am suffering, I am having problems. All these are Anubhava Siddham. Anubhava Siddham. Now tell me, if Bhatta Purvamimamsaka is somewhere else or around in our family itself? There are many people. What they all people, ignorant people in the family, in the world, they are talking. I am having a lot of problems. Why I am born? I am suffering. I am having this disease, that disease. So many problems are there. I am suffering a lot. People are telling or not. So I am a samsari. I am having lot of pain. I am undergoing, all failures are coming to me only. Why this dukkham in this world? Why I have to suffer? People are asking question. So this is my pratyaksha anubhavam. Purvamimamsaka says that. Hey Sureshwaracharya, your anumanam is always secondary. Your anumana pramanam, what you are using, subject object is different, you are telling, this is anumana pramanam. Whereas samsaritvam, dveshitvam, ragitvam, all these my experiences are my own experiences, pratyaksha anubhava siddham. I am experiencing. What do you know? You are a sannyasi. You don't have any problems. You are thinking. Because you don't have any family, children and all. I am having big family, children, so many problems are there. I am suffering. What do you know? They question. Pratyaksha anubhava siddham. My pratyaksha pramanam is powerful than your anumana pramanam. Because pratyaksha pramanam is primary pramanam, direct experience. Anubhava siddham. That is why many students, even though they sit in the class, they listen in the class for decades, they cannot accept that this world is unreal. You are not the body, you are not the mind. All these sannyasis can say, only they say how we can get that knowledge. They come to conclusion like that. However much we explain, however much they write notes, CDs are there, everything is there, but not able to swallow the fact. Why? Because of that anubhava, pratyaksha anubhava. Pratyaksha anubhava. How many people are going to depression? How many people are suffering mental agony, mental trauma? What for? Because of just ignorance. And they are telling it is pratyaksha anubhava siddham. How can I say? That is why we don't say directly, these are all unreal. We don't say in the beginning. Because this is advanced class, I have to say these are all unreal. For beginners, we cannot say, if this is everything unreal, oh Guru, you are also unreal, and they go away from the class. Therefore, teacher never directly say everything is unreal. Yes, world is there, problems are there. Even Upanishad is walking along with the ignorant person for a long time, slowly to hold the hand of that person if he survives in the class for some time. So it is not acceptable, swallowable for many people, because I am suffering. How can you say world is unreal, body is unreal, suffering is unreal? So you are talking just impractical. It looks as impractical. It is not possible practically. Like that, people, they are firm in their what you can call misconceptions. They are very firm. How much firm that teacher has to withstand. If the teacher survive, withstand, and teaching continues, it is a great punya. Otherwise, in front of this type of people, it's Guru withstanding with this knowledge is not so easy. Otherwise, they pull the Guru also to their world. Many sannyasis, Swamijis, many people, even the teachers also, they, because around all Ajnanis are there. Ajnanis, everything they are thinking they are in might is right. They are in majority. One Guru, one place, how can he say this fact? That is why it is really a difficult situation for an Advaita Acharya to present the truth. Even Shankaracharya was refuted by many people, rejected by many people. Mithyavadam, he says, he introduces Shankaracharya as a Mithyavadi. That is why even Shankaracharya was not acceptable to many Acharyas. What to do? But Shankaracharya is so powerful. His disciples, Sureshwaracharya, Padmapadacharya, Totakacharya, many Sishyas, very, very strong disciples, they said, truth is with us. Why to bother about these people? Might is right, doesn't work. Truth is truth. That is called conviction. Sureshwaracharya is talking with that conviction here. Even though you are telling it is pratyaksha anubhava siddham, O Purvamimamsaka, but your pratyaksha anumanam is not real pratyaksha anubhavam, it is pseudo, it is an abhasa. What is that? Atra aha. So whenever we say this karma kartru, it is not possible, subject object cannot be the same, self-cognition, atma can never be the object, atma is ever the subject only, both cannot be the same. When we say, he objects, atra aha, mimamsaka view based on pratyaksha pramanam, pratyakshena atmanaha, pratyakshena anubhava siddham anartham. Karma kartrutva abhyupagame. When you take that karma kartru, both are one and the same. I am the karta, I am the experiencer, I am experiencing my troubles, problems, turbulence I am experiencing, my mind, my problems. Abhyupagame, karma means object, kartru means subject. Abhyupagame, both are one and the same. Anubhava siddham, if you say, he is only telling, Purva Pakshi is telling, Abhyupagame. Tat padopajivina. Padopajivina means pratyaksha pada ashrayi. And pratyaksha pramana ashrayi. That he is taking to pratyaksha pramana, upajivi pramanam. That is, it is a upajivi pramanam, primary pramanam. O Sureshwaracharya, Hanumanena pratyaksha upasarinam ayuktamiti. He says, Bhattamamatam says, Sureshwaracharya, what? O Sureshwaracharya, through Anumanam, you want to look down upon my pratyaksha pramanam, which is primary pramanam. Tat padopajivina. This your Anumana pramanam is depending upon my pratyaksha pramanam. Through reasoning, Anumanam, you are belittling my pratyaksha pramanam. Utsarinam means you are negating, refuting my pratyaksha pramanam through your Anumana pramanam. Ayuktamiti. This is ayuktam. It is improper, illogical. Because pratyaksha pramanam, direct experience is upajivi pramanam. Upajivya pramanam. This Anumana pramanam is secondary pramanam. It is not primary pramanam. That is what the word is used. Upajivina anumanena. It is upajivi pramanam means secondary pramanam. Pratyaksha upasarinam ayuktam. You are taking this my pratyaksha anubhava. You are not valuing my pratyaksha anubhava. Chodyam. This is not proper. Ayuktam iti chodyam. This is what your contention, O Purvamimamsaka. Tan nirakaranaya. So to negate that, Purvamimamsaka as what? My pratyaksham is real. Your anumanam is secondary pramanam. You should not take that secondary pramanam to refute my primary pramanam. You are talking, oh Bhatta, I will tell you. I am going to refute you. Pratyakshopat pratyayam. Pratyakshopannyasaha. So I will tell you what is real direct experience. Sureshwaracharya says, I am going to explain you what is direct experience. Pratyaksha anubhavam. Pratyaksha anubhava siddha means what do you mean? I will tell you. Next shloka, he is going to explain what is real pratyaksha pramanam. Pseudo pratyaksha pramanam, pratyaksha abhasa he is taking as real. It is abhasa only. Sureshwaracharya establishing in this 25th verse. Yatra yo drishyate drashtra tasyaiva guno natu drashtrustham drisyatam yasmat naiva naiveya drashtrubodhavat. Very, very powerful shloka. He says, Atra yaha gunaha drashtra drishyate. Wherever, yatra, wherever, in which locus, guna means attributes. Attributes means here, what are all attributes he mentioned previous slokas? Aham, hankara, ham pratyaya, mama pratyaya, yatna pratyaya, and dhriti pratyaya, ichha, dvesha, sukham, dukkham, sanghatas, chetana, dhritihi, etak kshetram samasena. Smriti pramanam is there for us. They all belong to kshetram. But this person is taking, they are all Atma Gunas. Okay. Acharya says, which locus, which guna has got which locus? Yat drashtra tasyaiva asau gunaha natu drashtrustham. Which locus you have seen that attribute, the attributes belong to that locus only. This is the locus, yellowness, color attribute you are seeing. This yellowness, what is the locus of yellowness? Yellow color. The locus of yellow color is clip only. So wherever you see the attribute, there itself, its locus is there. It cannot be somewhere else. If you see this orange color is somewhere else or in the same locus. Wherever you see the orange color, the attribute, there itself, the attribute has got its locus, not somewhere else. Similarly, Adi Drashtra, Atma Chaitanyam, Sakshi Chaitanyam, I am the experiencer of the mind substance and its attributes, sorrow, dukkham, etc., ichha, dvesha, sukham, dukkham. All of them I am experiencing. Ichha, dvesha, sukham, dukkham, all emotions, when I am experiencing, their locus must be what? Where their locus must be, their place must be, mind alone. So mind is the locus, they are the attributes, not the experiencer. Locus is not the experiencer. I, the Sakshi, am not the locus of Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham. I am not the locus. I, the Atma, am not the locus. I, the subject, the experiencer, observer, am not the locus of those all emotions. I am experiencing those emotions in its own locus. Locus is mind, subject. I am experiencing the mind, sad mind, happy mind, ragi mind, dveshi mind, jealousy mind. I am experiencing. So the locus is mind. And they are attributes, emotions, they are belong to the mind. Not in me the drashta. Drashta means here Atma, Chaitanyam. Yatra yaha gunaha tasya eva asau. They belong to that locus only. Yatra eva drishyate. Wherever they are appearing. Now this yellowness is appearing where? It is appearing on my hand or on the clip. Yatra yaha gunaha drishyate. Drishyate va nava. You are seeing the color where? In the clip only, not somewhere else. So, yatra yaha drishyate. Whatever appears, tatra eva, asau eva. That alone is drishyate. That alone, tatra, tasya eva asau. Tasya eva asau means that guna belongs to that alone, that object alone, clip alone. Okay, that alone. Gunaha tasya eva asau. Asau gunaha tasya eva, to belong to that locus only. Here gunaha means you have to supply all aham, mama, yatna, dhriti, etc. etc. Gunaha bhavati nat drashtrustham. They do not belong to the Sakshi Chaitanyam Atma. Natu. Suppose you say hypothetically, suppose if you say they are in Atma, let us, they cannot be in Atma. Okay, hypothetically, we suppositional argument. Let us accept some time. Okay, Atma has got gunas. All these Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham, all are in Atma only. Drashtastham, suppose, what will happen? Drishyatam. Drishyatam yasmat na eva iyat. This is the powerful argument. You say, Drashtastham, if they are hypothetically, if you take that they are all in Atma also, Drashtastham means hypothetically argue, If any attribute is located in the observer, in me, the Atma, the observer or experiencer, Drishyatam, na eva iyat. Drishyatam na eva iyat. Drishyatam na eva iyat means what? It can never be objectified. This statement I have already said in the last class. If these attributes are really belong to me, they would have not experienced by me. Drishyatam na iyat. They can never become object of my experience. Drishyata means object of experience. Na iyat. They can never become. Iyat, I dhatu, Parasmaipadi, Vidhiling. Iyat. Na iyat. Na eva iyat. Can never become Drishyatam. They can never become an object of experience if they are really belong to me, because they are experienced by me. They are object of experience to me. Therefore what he says, Drashtr bodhavat means here Drashtr means like the consciousness of the observer. Drashtr means here observer, experiencer. Who is observer? I am the observer. Who is the experiencer? I am the experiencer. Who is the knower? I am the knower. So consciousness, bodha means here consciousness. Drashtra bodhavad. I the self Atma can never experience the consciousness. Bodha means consciousness. Drashtra means Sakshi Chaitanyam. I the Atma can never experience the consciousness. Self can never have the consciousness as an object of experience. That is the meaning of Drashtra Bodhavat. Self can never have the consciousness as an object of experience. People do not know what is consciousness, really speaking. What mistake is happening here now? Consciousness means what really? Unless you come to Shastra, you can never understand what is consciousness. If we make this statement, they look at us funny. What a joke, big joke the Swamini is speaking. Who said we know what is consciousness? Never. A person without studying Upanishads, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The explanation Shankaracharya writes elaborately. What is Satyam? What do you mean by Satyam? What do you mean by Jnanam? What do you mean by Ananda, Ananta? Elaborate explanation. Just don't make bluff. Don't cheat the people. You are not able to understand consciousness and thinking you are something consciousness as you think and teaching to people consciousness. And without Shastra, no one can have a right to talk about consciousness. Study thoroughly. Why so hurry to talk and give lectures to people, public? And what is your anubhava, experience, samadhi, consciousness, supra-consciousness? There is no supra-consciousness. There is only one consciousness. I have gone to supra-conscious state. You need not go to any supra-conscious state. Then the person says, I have gone to supra-conscious state means some tagararu, problem, ityartha, confusion. And by their confusion, and they confuse others. Paran confusayati. But they never know that they are confused, they are confusing people. Consciousness can never be an object of experience. How can you know supra-consciousness? How can you know? I got a supra-conscious state. I've gone to supra-conscious state. Who gone to that supra-conscious state? Who are you that? First understand. They do not know. Hmm? Words just using and writing books. There are printing press and write as you like and think that you are right. That's why in front of Shastra, that person who is not having Shastra Jnanam can never stand for few minutes, few seconds. Because they don't want to listen, first of all. They don't want to listen to Shastra. I want only experience. I don't want to study Shastra. I want experience. What Pujya Swami says, nobody is lacking Atma Anubhava. Everybody is having Atma Anubhava. Why you want to experience Atma Anubhava again? You are already having. You do not know that you are having Atma Anubhava. Therefore, you have Atma Ajnanam. First, you remove that Ajnanam. So, Acharya is so powerfully telling, Drishtastham na iyat drishyatam. If that they are really belong to Atma, they would have not been experienced. What? Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, if they are really my attributes, Atma, it is they are belong to me, I would have not experienced them like self-experiencing the consciousness. Consciousness can never be experienced by the self, because self happens to be the consciousness. Consciousness happens to be the self, that is myself, my original nature, Chit, Atma Swarupam. So what? So what? The shloka is over. Yatra yo drishyate drashtra by Atma Sakshi Chaitanyam. Whatever is experienced attributes, those attributes belongs to Tasya eva iyat. They belong to that object only, that locus only, tat desha, tat kala, tat vastu. It belongs to that only. It is not belong to nat drashtr. Yasmat naiva iyat drashtr bodhavat. Over. Next shloka. प्रत्यक्षेणैव भवदभिमतस्य प्रत्यक्षस्य आभासीकृतत्वात् सुस्थमेव अनुमानम् अतः तदेव प्रक्रियते. So Sureshwaracharya continues. Oh my dear Bhatta, Mimamsaka, you are telling your Pratyaksha Anubhava is so stronger, so powerful, and you are feeling that I am insulting you by Anumana Pramanam, taking the secondary Pramanam and refuting you as Pratyaksha Pramanam. First of all, your Pratyaksha Pramanam is not a Pratyaksha Pramanam. It is not Pratyaksha Siddham. It is only Abhasa. It is as though. It is as though pseudo Pratyaksha Anubhava. It is not correct. Abhasi kritatvad. By his 25th sloka, he has refuted that Pratyaksha Anubhava. Pratyakshena eva bhavad abhimatasya. You are confined to that. You are, by quoting your Pratyaksha, have been falsified now. That Pratyaksha Anubhava, what you are quoting, is falsified. Abhasi kritatvat, have been falsified by me. Susthameva anumanam. My anumanam is powerful. Your Pratyaksha is, even though it is primary, it is pseudo. It is abhasa. Therefore, my anumana pramanam is sustham. Correct only. That my challenge to you is perfect. Ataha tadeva prakriyate. That alone I am going to explain further to you how your pratyaksham is abhasa. Pratyaksha anubhava siddham you are telling. Ragitvam, dveshitvam, jivatvam. All this dukkha is real. You are telling, I will tell you this anubhava is not belong to Atma. What you are having Pratyaksha Anubhava is not of the self, it is of the mind. Mind is pratyaksha siddham to you. Mind attributes are pratyaksha anubhava to you. You are taking that ahankara, mind, sahita, chidabhasa as yourself. That is the mistake you are doing. What do you mean by pratyaksha siddham? To whom it is pratyaksham? What is your direct experience for you? Really speaking, you are not experiencing the self and its attributes. You are experiencing the substance mind. You are experiencing the attributes of that mind, whose locus is the mind. You are experiencing raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, or prema, or anything, any attribute, ichha, dvesha, sukham, dukkham, sanghata. All this assemblage, what you are experiencing is not in the Atma. You are experiencing in the mind. Because mind has got sentiency because of me, the Chit, Atma, Chaitanyam, I am the Atma lending sentiency to the mind. Then it has got a Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. And it has got Ahankara, I am, I am, I am. That what you are experiencing really. That mental emotions you are experiencing because it became sentient. Mind has become sentient. And the thought, I thought has come in that. Aham pratyaya, lower I. According to our Vedanta classes, what I said, Ahankara, lower I. Chidabhasa sahita manaha in Ahankara, the lower I. You are experiencing the lower I, and lower I, manas, locus and its attributes, and you are taking that abhasa I, that is fake I or real I. Lower I, RC plus RM, reflected consciousness plus mind, ahankara comes. Lower I. Is that fake I or real I? Fake I. What is real I? Original consciousness. I am Atma Chaitanyam, Chit, Sakshi Chaitanyam, I am the OC. What this Bhattamatam or local people, Ajnanis are taking that mind, Abhasa Manaha, Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, there also I comes. I am, aham. That I is pseudo I. That pseudo I you are experiencing and telling that they all belong to Atman, Chit. Chidabhasa attributes, Chidabhasa Sahita Mana attributes you are taking to Chit. So you are wrong. That's what Abhasi Karanam. That is called falsification. Okay. Bhavadabhimatasya pratyakshasya abhasīkritatvad mama anumanam sustham. My anumana pramanam is intact. There is no any flaw in that. Prakriyate. I am going to explain you further. Tatra cha vikalpa dushanabhimanam. Tatra, with regard to this, I am going to divide the experience, what we are talking, pratyaksha siddham. Tell me, this experience is in Atma, you are telling. Okay, let us see. In Atma, which Atma? It is in whole Atma. The self-cognition, pratyaksha anubhava, you are telling it is in whole one Atma, or in one part of Atma, Amsha. Tell me. I am going to do that. Vikalpa means I am going to divide your argument in two divisions. I am going to do that. I am going to talk about that your argument. What is that argument? 26th shloka, he introduced that. Natmana natadamshena guna swastho vagamyate abhinnatva samatvache Niramshatvad karmatah. Niramsha, on rakara ra, there must be a dot. The second line is Atma nature he has given. The first line we will see first. So what is the important point I highlighted here? Bhatta Purva Mimamsaka taken that Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, which is sentient because of the blessings of Chit, Atma. That sentient mind Anubhavas are all he has taken as Atma Anubhava. Pratyaksha Siddham. That is pseudo I, lower I, inferior I. That is what all ignorant people are doing every day. How can you take that lower I as yourself? It is fake I. Can you take your reflected face in the mirror as a real face? Tell me. Can you take that? Some problem is there in the mirror. Some cracks are there, some it has got lot of dirt. And your Pratibimba Mukham is appearing also dirty because of mirror is dirty. Can you cry? Can you say my face is so dirty? Because of mirror dirtiness, your face, reflected face is looking like dirty, not your original face. Like that, this Purvamimamsaka saying it is like looking at the reflected face and taking that is the original face. And its problems, mirror problems are all appearing in that convex lens and concave lens. If you look at your photo, you look like a fat person in one mirror. You look like a tall person in one mirror. You really changed your body? No. It is only because of mirror, upadhi. Similarly, this Purva Pakshi is not knowing that. Lower eye is not knowing. He mixed up lower and higher eye. Avangalukku higher eye theriyadu first of all. Higher eye OC to know you have to study 10 years minimum Shastra. 10 years minimum you have to study. 10 years Swamini. 10 years minimum I said. Without that you cannot know the higher eye, original eye. Everybody knows lower eye and taking that lower eye as real, like this Purva Mimamsaka Bhatta Matam. Okay, that is not correct. He says Atmana Gunaha Swastaha Na Avagamyate Tadamshenava. Atmana, let us take full Atma, full Atma, knowing it is the subject and knowing its attributes. Can you say that? Anything knowing comes means it has to be separated. Object has to be separated. Even you wear spectacles to your face, where they are very close. Really seeing, you are objectifying the specs or not. Some dirt is there, dust is there on the spectacles. You are watching them or not? That dust you are watching. It's very close. You are watching that through your eyes. Like that here also, Atmana, whole Atma, if one Atma is consciousness, sentient Atma. How the whole Atma, one part is subject, another part is object. How is it possible? It is not possible. It is ruled out. Let us take it has got an Amsha. Atma has got one Amsha of Atma is subject, another Amsha, part of Atma is object. Just like right hand scratching the left hand, or left hand scratching the right hand, or right hand with right hand I am scratching my leg. Like that, right part of Atma is the subject, A part. B part of Atma is the object. So A part of Atma is experiencing the B part of Atman. Atma doesn't have parts itself. Look into the second line. Abhinnatvat samatvacha. Atma is uniform. It is just like a tube light. Whole tube light, one part of tube light experiencing other part of tube light. Adu eppadi mudiyum? Whole tube light is illumining. One part of tube light illumining the other part of tube light. You are tube light and ardham. Swamiji puts a joke. One part of tube light illumining the other part of tube light. Ennade? Niramshatvat. Atma is niramshaha. Amshas are not there. There are no parts. It is not different. Abhinnatvat. There are no any subject object division. Samatvacha. It is same. Ever the same. There are no differences. More details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.